Thank you very much. I think that I want to thank specifically the Economist conference because you're about to hear today the first official announcement of what is going to happen and which is extremely important for Thessaloniki, and it is going to happen in this conference as well.
Excellent.
I am the founder and volunteer coordinator of a vision that was going ahead for the last 10 years. And it was only due to the government, this present government, and I would like to say a big thank you to Minister Staikouras that is here already, that the government took that very seriously, and as I will say in a few words, they are making it happen with our help. I am a little bit worried, and I will take the responsibility for it, that the previous panel that was here did not mention anything about INTEC, about what is happening here, because you all understand that it's not only AI. The ecosystem consists of a lot of things. It consists of health, it consists of the nanotechnology, it consists of energy, logistics, all sorts of things. That makes the ecosystem. But there is another need of where does this ecosystem work out of? And the ecosystem works out of a science and technology park that at this moment is not existing in Greece. I repeat, is not existing in Greece. We have research parks, we have technology parks, but there is no place in Greece that companies, universities, research people, and entrepreneurs, startups, mature companies are there together under the same roof to work together for a specific product, an innovative product. So I would say to our previous panel, I take the responsibility because, as I say, we're working in Thessaloniki, we're a little bit lower profile. Mm-hmm. We don't want to shout too much. Mm-hmm. We have the support of the government, and for us, this is very important. But there is a gap, and I take the responsibility of not informing them so much about what is happening here. I'm sure that a conference like this will lead the way to bring us a little bit closer with Athens, and because Thessaloniki has the ecosystem, but it did not have the hardware so far. Right. So what INTEC is, ladies and gentlemen, is a public-private partnership, non-for-profit. Our shareholders are the three universities of Thessaloniki, shareholders, the three universities of Thessaloniki, the CERT Research Institute, and about 30 companies, enterprises that have put down the startup funds to make this start, to mature the project. Mm-hmm. So we have the confidence of the industry, we have the shareholding of the universities and the CERT, and actually at this moment, both universities and CERT are leading 6 mega projects that we have already in operation. Although we have about 2 years before this is actually starting. We're about 3 months, Minister Staikouras, away from starting it. About 3 months. I think in 3 months we will start it, and it will take us about 2 years to make this vision happen. I think that this is really what gives a great answer to the story that the professor of the Alba was telling us of walking in the seaside and hearing two almost pensioned people talking to each other and say, it's not going to happen. Mm. That was in 2015. Well, it's happening right now. And I think we should take pride of that. And we should, now, what I think is important to stress at this panel here is our cooperation with Israel. We thought that there is a great similarities and great relationship between the two countries. And there is a great tradition with Thessaloniki itself, which attracts quite a lot of interest in this. But it's not really emotional. It is practical. It is 120,000 students that go out of the universities every year. It is the export-oriented companies that build a tower in New York, or they build elevators in China. So it's happening. Yes, the ecosystem is here. What we are doing, and we do not want to make it to feel inferior if we would go to Israel and say, you have a technology. We want this technology. And I met Beersheba, and I was impressed by what we saw in Beersheba. And then we decided that we merged our interests together. We talk to each other. It's about 3 years that we are talking to each other. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's business. Although we are a non-for-profit company, it's a business-oriented company. We are there to see who is going to make money out of what we produce in that hub. But it is really a place where it's going to be a game changer. I don't know if this is really, I don't want to spare too much of your time because I don't know, we don't have much, but it gives you what was missing. That was the missing link that was missing out of our system. The academia was not really speaking in good terms with it's not only in Greece, it's going everywhere. There was a lot of, so what was missing was a science park. And this is one in Cambridge, this is one in Amsterdam, and this is the one that Uzi was just telling you what happened in 10 years. And we are sure that we're going to make it happen in Thessaloniki because the ecosystem does exist. There are about 400 such parks in Europe. There is none in Greece. And we're going to make it because we have the potential. This is why it is in Thessaloniki. You can see where the yellow line is next to the airport. It's 760,000 square meters of land that was given to us for free from the government. And we collected about 5 million euros from the private sector to mature the project. This is the project, as Uzi said, the connectivity with the city. But this is more important now. We already have about 6 mega projects operating. A project in materials, a project in nanotechnology, a project in AI, a project in energy, in logistics, and in smart cities. And you can see a little bit vague, but you can see an example of how do they work. There are about, let's say, in each one of these mega projects, there are about 20 different companies that have a specific need from the academia and from research. And on the left-hand side, you can see the actual laboratories that are operating. And those people, it was a bottom-up approach. So what we did is we asked the companies, and these are the companies, there are specific companies, 70 of them, that said, this is what we need. We need a lighter profile of aluminum because this is going to make one more store in my tower. So we said, all right, what do we need? We need to put together a team that will solve that. So this is a very practical way of looking at it, business way of looking at it. But of course, we don't want to forget our social needs and that we need to whatever comes out of there, whether it's AI or that really brings brain back home or looks at the enabled people or looks at the resilience of the climate. And of course, humanities. And I think it was already covered that 3 months before we actually start digging and 2 years before we start operating, at the day of operation, we already have the companies that have agreed with us and the base camp situation. We will probably have more than 2,000 people working for us day one. Day one. Digital domains you told about. There are a lot of multinational technology companies that are interested and we're talking to. I would love to see the previous panel interfering, integrated into what we are doing, because sometimes we do things complementary, but we don't know each other so well. We're hoping that we will create a Hellenic European Innovation District very soon in this country. And we are proud to say that we would like to say made very well in Greece. It's not just made well, but we would like to spread the message that things can be made very well in Greece.
Excellent.